Hello and welcome to our year-in review edition of Firefighting in Canada this week. It's Friday, January 6, 2017. Today's edition is brought to you by WaterAx. We move water. I'm Tamar Atik, and today we review the top news stories of 2016. The massive wildfire that began near Fort McMurray, Alberta on May 1st is considered active and is still burning near the Saskatchewan border. The fire, dubbed the Beast by Fort McMurray Fire Chief Darby Allen, burned an area larger than Prince Edward Island, scorched 600,000 hectares, and destroyed 10% of the city's structures. The fire was brought under control on July 4th. More than 90,000 people were evacuated as the wildfire encircled the community, and firefighters from across Canada came to help, providing manpower and equipment. Chief Allen announced in December that he is retiring in February, slightly ahead of schedule. The provincial government is reviewing the response to the fire. At least 14 people died in house fires on First Nations in 2016. 9 on the Pikangikum First Nation in March, and 5 at Oneida on the Thames in December. The federal government stopped tracking First Nations fire deaths back in 2010. Indigenous Affairs Minister Carolyn Bennett says Ottawa stopped collecting the data to ease the reporting burden on First Nations communities. Critics say the lack of data makes it easier for Ottawa to ignore issues such as housing and funding for firefighter training and equipment. Ottawa provides $27 million a year for fire suppression on First Nations. A 2010 federal study found people living on reserves are 10 times more likely to die in a house fire than people in the rest of Canada. Firefighters across Canada are responding to calls for opioid overdoses. The crisis began in British Columbia, but firefighters in Winnipeg and other cities are now experiencing calls to administer the overdose-reversing drug naloxone. Council in Vancouver has approved a tax increase to help cover the cost of additional firefighters. Firefighters in Vancouver's downtown east side are responding to hundreds of calls a month for fentanyl overdoses, and the volume is taking a toll on responders. Firefighters say that although more crews will help, the problem is complex and requires provincial and federal government aid for affordable housing and addiction intervention. That's our show for now from Annex Business Media's Niche TV newsroom. Thank you to our sponsor, WaterAx. On behalf of all of us here at Niche TV, thanks for watching.